Hello Virgo, welcome to September. This is Teresa from Tarot by T, and I'm getting ready to do your September TarotScope. Before I do that, I want to just ring in the bells, call in the angels, and I want to say thank you everyone for subscribing to my channel and for liking and commenting on the videos. I really appreciate your support. Thank you. So let's see what Virgo has coming up in September. What does Virgo need to know about love and or life this coming September? You know, the tarot will tell you what you need to know regardless of what you ask. So you might ask about love, but you might get career, or you might ask about career and then get love. The cards never lie. I have been working with these cards for a long time. So we'll see what we get. What does Virgo need to know about love and life in September? We're having a crazy month this September. Mercury's retrograde and 2 eclipses. So let's see what's going on for September for Virgo. The Lovers, the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the High Priestess, the 2 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, the Fool card, the Hermit, the 3 of Swords, and the 4 of Wands. Well, this is interesting. You've got some mixed things happening. Okay, so you're starting out with the Lovers. The Lovers card is, well, of course, it's a strong romantic attraction. This is the major arcana, so it's real. You're really dealing with love issues this month, and the Lovers especially is about choices. So you might be deciding about maybe you're trying to choose between 2 people, and you're thinking about leaving one relationship that's really not really working and starting a brand new relationship, because you have the Fool here. So you have ending of one cycle, beginning of a new cycle, and you're trying to choose, okay, what should I do? Because you have this strong attraction. There's someone in your life that you are really attracted to. And it could be a karmic relationship, because I see the Knight of Cups here in your past. So this person's really romantic and artistic, and you feel like when you met this person, there's like a special connection there. And you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is, it's a manifestation card. It's a new beginning that can lead to something tangible. So it looks good, but it's not going to be an easy road because of what you're going to have to do to get to this stage. So you've got the Knight of Cups. So someone has offered their love to you in the past. You met someone who is really charming and artistic and sensitive and just very romantic. And with the High Priestess here, maybe for a while you had to keep this relationship secret. Maybe you weren't ready to go public with it at the beginning. The High Priestess also represents things hidden, things happening behind the scenes. And this was in the past. And it also represents trusting your inner guide, trusting your intuition. So when you're trying to make the choice, you know deep inside which one to choose. What's going to make you happy, or, well, not that any relationship makes you happy, you have to. But what choice is going to be best for you? What type of relationship would bring you the most satisfaction, or the right, you want to be with the right person, with the person that you can really enjoy life with. And the High Priestess also represents someone in your life. It could represent a woman who is very intuitive. So if you're a man trying to make this choice, you might be thinking of someone who's you have a lot of admiration for this person. Someone who's got a lot of high spiritual values, very spiritual person. Very sensitive, very psychic, very intuitive. If you're a woman, and this represents someone, well, either way, the High Priestess represents someone who's very, very in touch with the mysteries of life. Very, very psychic, very intuitive, very spiritual. So that could be the person that you met, and you really admire them, and you really like what they're into. You think they have good values. Now, here comes another choice card. You're on the fence because you're feeling guilty for some reason. The Nine of Swords is like someone who's up at night, worried and thinking. Maybe it's because you have to make a choice that's going to be difficult. And it could be with the Three of Swords here that it might involve leaving one relationship so that you can pursue this one. So it could be that you're cutting away what's no longer working. And you're feeling, you're kind of afraid to make the choice because you're not sure what the future brings, and you're worried about, maybe you've suffered in the past with different relationships, and so you're thinking, well, what if I choose this and then it doesn't work out? You're thinking of all these possibilities of what could go wrong. And you're just worrying over nothing because you have really great cards for this relationship. I think that you can create a really solid union. Stop worrying. I mean, if you're in a relationship that's not working, there's no point in staying in a relationship where you're not happy. There's no point in being in a relationship that's not working. You're not doing the other person any favors because you're also actually keeping them from finding someone that does work, So if you're living a lie, you might as well put an end to that and live from a truth. And as long as you handle things in the right way, it should be okay in the end. So you might have to have a difficult conversation with the Two of Swords. You might have to sit down and talk to someone, lay your cards on the table, and just tell them how you feel. Tell them what you need, tell them what you're thinking. Maybe you're also recovering from an illness or an operation because you have the Nine of Swords and the Three of Swords. So that's a factor also. And I'm not saying that, you're cheating or something like that. That's always a possibility, but it may be just a situation where one relationship is kind of ending and another one is beginning. And you're just kind of moving from one state to another. And you're also, you are in a healing mode with the Nine of Swords and the Three of Swords. You're just cutting away. Sometimes the Three of Swords can mean an operation that you're recovering from something that needed to be cut away. And so you need some rest because you have the Hermit here. You're not socializing as much. You're feeling kind of alone, and you're doing a lot of soul searching. Maybe you came through something that was really difficult, and you're wanting to start a whole new life. With the Fool, you're starting a whole new cycle. And it's like you want to turn the page and start over and just do everything right this time. And I think a lot of it has to do with this relationship. It's inspiring you to change and to get healthy and to live a different type of life. And with the Hermit here, you may feel that you don't have support, that you're all alone facing your problems, and nobody understands you, no one's there for you, but that's really not true. It's just that you haven't asked. If you ask people for help, you'll get it. But no one can read your mind and know that you need help. You have to. So don't isolate yourself. In this case, your friends or your family, they feel like you're isolating yourself, like you're being a hermit. This also means that you may turn to family and friends for advice, because the hermit is the wise old man, someone you go to for advice. So if you're having problems trying to decide, you can, and maybe things are too confusing or you're not sure what to think or what to do, you can go to people for advice. You have friends and family and loved ones that will give you good advice. So don't feel like you have to struggle with this all by yourself. Reach out to others. The Three of Swords, that's in your hopes and fears. So you might have come through something where, okay, either you ended a relationship that wasn't working and you're hoping that you did the right thing, or you had some kind of operation and you're hoping that this is the end of it. And so you're worried. You're still worried, kind of. You've got a lot on your mind, because this is mental stress. Because the mental stress comes from not knowing or not being able to see the future. So if you had some kind of operation, you might be thinking, well, I hope this is it, that this solved my problem, but I really don't know. And so you're worried about the potential future. Or if you ended a relationship, or in the process of ending one, you're worried about the difficult conversation and the reaction. And you're feeling kind of isolated or kind of lonely. But you've got this. Look at what you've got at the end. The outcome is the Four of Wands. And that is stability. So if it's a health issue that you're worried about, I think that you're moving into a more stable time. And as long as you, I think you're just going to get stronger and stronger. Especially with the Ace of Pentacles, that kind of relates to December, January, February. So the end of this year, you're going to start to feel more secure. You're going to feel stronger. There could be money coming in. Maybe some kind of insurance payout or some kind of an inheritance. But money's coming in. And things are going to get better toward the end of the year. They're actually going to get better even within a month or so. The Nine of Swords relates to 9 days and then 28 days. So things are you're coming out of a bad situation or a difficult situation. One where there was a lot of mental stress and worry. And you're starting a new cycle. So don't be, this is in your negative sector, your negative thinking sector. So don't think negative you have to have more of a positive attitude, or you're going to be sabotaging your success. So welcome this new change. Welcome this new chance, this new life. And follow the doctor's orders. This sometimes relates to following the doctor's orders or listening to the advice that you're being given. Don't just, brush it off. If someone's giving you advice on how you can help change a situation and remove the stress from your life, and, you should follow it. You have a lot of wisdom around you. People with wise... Both these cards are, intuitive guidance or even spiritual guidance. So you might be a little worried, but I think at the end, it's all going to work out, and you're going to find yourself within the next month in a much more stable situation. Because this is a card of victory. This is a card of stability. It's a card of celebration. Sometimes now in a relationship, it can often mean marriage. So you could find yourself in a really stable relationship with someone that you're really attracted to. And something that you feel with this Nine of Cups, like you've known each other from a past life or something. Like there's a connection. Like when you met this person, there was this instant recognition and connection. So, and things may not actually come to fruition until like the end of the year. You may have to, if it's a relationship that you're trying to get out of before you can pursue this one, it may take a while before you can finish one thing before you start another one. But this promises, it's very promising, this new relationship. It can really be an improvement in your life. And it may be the person that you're getting involved with or you're interested in is someone who's very psychic or intuitive, or into things like the mystery schools or astrology, tarot, psychic phenomena. A very interesting person, someone with very high spiritual values, very, very spiritual. So I think it looks good. Don't be afraid to cut away what's no longer working. Don't be afraid to get on a healthier path, If you need to change, make changes in your lifestyle, follow the advice that you're given. And don't worry, because worry doesn't help anything. It only makes things worse. So focus on the positive, focus on the new beginnings, and if you've had an operation or you've had some kind of health issue, it will clear up as long as you follow the new health regimen. You'll be fine. So I wish you luck in September, Virgo. I wish you health and prosperous new beginnings and love. Okay, well, thank you for listening, and I will talk to you again in October. Have a good month.